Have you ever been told that your dreams are too big? That your reality doesn't match your ambition? If so, let me share a story that proves thinking big isn't just wishful thinking. It's the only way to greatness. This is the story of Jake Parker, a small-town boy with big dreams who refused to settle for an ordinary life. Jake was born in a quiet town in Montana, surrounded by endless fields and a close-knit community. Life was simple. Most people worked on farms or ran small businesses, content with their way of living. But Jake was different. While other kids played baseball or fished by the creek, Jake would sit under an old oak tree, lost in his thoughts. He imagined himself walking the streets of New York, running a successful business, and changing the world. His father, a hardworking farmer, often scolded him, "Jake, stop dreaming about things that will never happen. Focus on your studies and learn the farm business. That's your future." But Jake couldn't let go of his vision. There was a fire inside him that no one could extinguish. At 16, Jake's school invited a guest speaker, Mr. Anderson, a self-made entrepreneur who had once struggled just like him. "If you can dream it, you can achieve it," Mr. Anderson said passionately. For the first time, someone validated Jake's dreams. After the session, he approached Mr. Anderson. "Sir, I want to do something big, but I'm just a farmer's son. Is it really possible?" Mr. Anderson smiled. "Your dreams are not limited by your circumstances. Think big, work hard, never give up." These words became Jake's mantra. Finishing high school, Jake made a bold decision. He wanted to move to New York City. His parents were worried, but they saw the determination in his eyes. The night before leaving, Jake sat under his favorite oak tree, ran his fingers through the dirt, and made a silent promise. "I'll be back, successful and ready to give back to this town." The next morning, he boarded the bus, a mix of fear and excitement in his heart. New York City was a whole new world. Skyscrapers, crowds, and a pace of life unlike anything he had ever seen. Jake rented a tiny, dimly lit apartment and took a job at a local diner. He spent his days serving customers, wiping tables, and washing dishes. At night, he studied business and marketing through free online courses. After months of saving, he launched his first startup, an online store selling handmade local products. But within a few months, he ran out of money. Orders weren't coming in, and he had no idea how to market his business. One night, sitting on the floor of his apartment, he felt defeated. Was I foolish to think I could succeed? Then he remembered Mr. Anderson's words, "Never give up." Instead of quitting, Jake analyzed what went wrong. He realized he didn't understand his customers' needs. He started talking to people, gathering insights, and refining his business model. That's when he noticed a problem. Many small businesses in New York struggled to deliver their products efficiently. That gave him a new idea, an on-demand delivery service for local stores. The problem? He had no money and no knowledge of app development, but Jake wasn't going to let that stop him. By day, he worked at the diner. By night, he learned coding through free resources. He pitched his idea to friends and convinced them to invest in his vision. After months of sleepless nights, he launched his first prototype. But success didn't come overnight. The app had issues, orders were delayed, customers complained, and sometimes the app crashed. Then his main supplier backed out, nearly shutting his business down. For a moment, Jake thought about giving up. But then he remembered his father's words, "A real fighter keeps going till the last breath." He reached out to smaller vendors, rebuilt his supply chain, and improved his app's performance. Slowly, things turned around. Orders increased, customer satisfaction improved, and investors started noticing him. One day, as he checked his financial report, he couldn't believe his eyes. His revenue had shattered all previous records. His delivery service became one of the fastest growing startups in the city. Soon, he was featured in magazines, invited to speak at events, and became an inspiration for young entrepreneurs. With success came new challenges. competition, expansion, and leadership responsibilities. But Jake faced them head-on, always staying true to his vision. Despite everything, he felt a void. He had achieved his dreams, but he had lost touch with his roots. One day, he made a spontaneous decision. He booked a flight back home. Stepping onto his family farm, he felt a deep sense of nostalgia. The same old oak tree stood tall, as if waiting for him. Jake used his success to open a business training center in town, helping young minds learn skills that could change their lives. He shared his journey, teaching them to dream big and never give up. Sitting under the oak tree, he looked at the sky and smiled. He wasn't just a successful businessman. He was proof that dreams, no matter how big, could come true. Jake's story isn't just his. It's for everyone who dares to dream big. Dreams may seem impossible at first, and the journey may be tough. But if you have the passion to learn, work hard, and never quit, nothing can stop you. If you're ready to chase your dreams, comment, "I will never give up," below. Like this video, subscribe to G4 Creation, and stay tuned for more motivational stories.